A message to all world leaders: please reconsider about going into World War III. The wisest of men have said, when it comes to an attack against your enemy, you do not let them know you are coming. Why is it that everybody seems to be preparing for World War III when we should try to de escalate, negotiate? What can we do to prevent World War III from happening, to prevent us from going nuclear? These past several years within itself has been quite challenging, and to have this ongoing war be happening this long is absurd. Why is it that after all this time, the only solution that seems to be clear of day right in front of us is to go nuclear? As if everything that has been happening hasn't been enough already. For the lives that have been sacrificed, the lives that have been lost. Why is it that we are talking about escalating our world situation where it can be deeply catastrophic? The United States deeply needs to find a way to negotiate, to bring peace. We need to find a way to negotiate, put a ceasefire on everything that is happening. And if you don't, these will be your repercussions. I can assure you that if you do not follow to do a ceasefire and put a halt on what you are doing, these will be your repercussions and you will become extinction of the past. The United States needs to start making bolder choices and decisions to help de escalate everything that is going on. A message to all of the other world leaders outside of the United States needs to deeply reconsider about what it is you are walking into. The United States is far from weak. The most absolute worst strategy when it comes to attacking an enemy is to let them know you are coming. It is no secret that within the headlines, everyone is talking about seeing the United States as an enemy. What does that tell you? That means we know you are coming, and we are far more than ready, capable, prepared for what's to come. To anyone outside of the United States that is considering of doing an imminent attack against us, I want you to understand that what could happen is in your hands. What could happen between the fate of you and your country lies in your hands. But I can assure you that if the United States had to show their dominance, if the United States had to defend themselves, you and your people will become a thing of the past. To all of you, to all of the world leaders, the United States, I think it is far more than long enough that you start making negotiations to de escalate the escalations of us going into World War III. You need to start making it known now, before it is too late. If you do not put a ceasefire, if you do not put a halt on what you are doing, what you are planning, these will be your repercussions. The fate of your people lie in your hands. I can assure you that if you do not stop what you are doing, you and your people will become extinct. Somebody else will be raising your sons and daughters. The United States needs to start making that clear and very well known now. Along with any other countries that are planning, strategizing, teaming up against the United States, needs to deeply reconsider that despite everything you see across your headlines, despite whatever it is you may be believed to be true, that we are vulnerable, that we are weak, you would be greatly mistaken. You will be bringing dishonor and ashamed to your family name. Do you want all of the sacrifices of your ancestors, those that came before you, to go in vain? Because right now, the actions that you are thinking, the things you are planning, is only going to lead to one thing, which is you becoming a thing of the past. The United States, please, our allies of the United States, please, get on the phone, start rethinking of negotiations we can do to de-escalate us from going into World War III. To renegotiate bringing all of our fleets back home. It is time that the lives that have been sacrificed, the lives that have been lost, the hurt that will never be able to be healed, can be at peace. It has been long enough that too many people have been suffering. Please do not let it get to the extent that many more people will have to suffer because of your choices. To the world leaders, it is time that we come together. Right now, where we are at with our people, everything that you are doing, the United States, everybody within and outside of the United States, you are making your people weaker, not stronger. And as a result, you are making your own country more vulnerable, because all they see is hurt, pain, loss. If you really want to bring your country back up again, this goes both for everybody within and outside of the United States, you need to instill that little spark of light within your people again, before it is too late. Please, I have a call to action, along with many others I am sure will agree with me. It is time that we put a halt to this ongoing war that has been going, and we find a way to bring our fleets back home, keeping our people safe, and finding new ways that we can work together. A message for those within the United States, those of you in position of power. I know you know your strength. I know you know your full scale of capabilities. Please do not let it get to the extent where you will have to show a sign of force that we are not a force to be reckoned with. Please find a way to renegotiate on how we can bring peace. And my message for those outside of the United States that are not seen as United States allies: deeply reconsider whatever it is you are plotting, because the fate of your people, of your kind, lies in your hands. And as of right now, yours is headed towards extinction. The end is inevitable.